Welcome back. Another edition live at Drew's house. Welcome to my kitchen. Hope everybody's doing okay. No Sarah today. She'll be back next week, getting to the end of the summer here, and we've kind of been on different schedules, so you know how that stuff goes probably. Hope everybody's safe, families, pandemic, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm going to get right to my guest, actually. No big intro for me today because my guest is a man I've known pretty much my whole lifetime. Well, he's got a lot going on right now, business-wise, so I said, this is a good story. Let's bring him in, so let's do it right now. Adam Barron, my friend. How are you, sir?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man.
Thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome. I believe, Adam, you become the first tank top that we've had on the show.
You know what? I was hoping for something along those lines. I was like, you know what? Should I keep this casual or business? And I was like, I gotta go tattoo casual. That's how I live my life normally. So
this is the business. I mean, this is business for you. It's let's talk a little bit. So here's the deal. It's a pandemic, obviously, and so many businesses are struggling. What I find interesting about you is you are a tattoo artist, and you have taken the plunge and opened up a company here on the North Shore. Pretty amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. It's kind of weird how it all worked out. It was, everything's timing in life, I think. So it was just one of those things where it was a big change. Just the COVID situation was a big change in itself, where it kind of like derailed the norm. So I found myself in like a different situation already, and then I started to realize I kind of liked my independence and freedom. I enjoyed working at my shop. I loved working there, but
you were in Haverhill, right?
What's that?
You were in Haverhill, right?
Yeah, I was at Washington Square in Haverhill. All great guys. I loved it there. But ever since I started tattooing, I was always planning on going on my own eventually. Never knew when it would happen, and it just ended up sort of happening. It felt like meant to be in a way.
A pandemic was the right time. Explain that to me. There had to be some. There's nothing normal.
That's a good way to put it, though. I do like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was just another thing too is like I used to be around the family a lot too, around my fiance, my daughter. They're with me. I'm here full time with them, so being around them a lot, I started to really enjoy that as well. So I was like, oh man, when we go back to work, I don't know if I'm gonna like really want to, So I was like, so me and Laura, my fiance, were walking downtown Danvers, and we saw the storefront, and it said for rent or whatever. And I've been looking all over the North Shore, and anything that's like a decent location in the North Shore is outrageous for price. The rent is insane. So I was just, striking out left and right. And then we saw this place. I called the landlord, and the rent was reasonable, and it was downtown. And I said to myself too, I have a great clientele. My clients are super loyal. They're awesome people. And I don't necessarily need a place where I have to rely on walk-in traffic. I can kind of go wherever, and, hopefully my clientele will follow. And Danvers is like a nice general location. It's accessible from everywhere. So
it's right in downtown Danvers. It's called North Shore. What's the title again?
Yeah, North Shore Tattoo Company.
Well, cool. Congratulations. 1 second here before you continue on. I guess we are going to have a guest appearance.
Yes.
Hi.
Dude, when you told me you weren't going to be on, I was like, well, I don't even know if I should bother doing the show.
He almost left.
I was popping in to say hi. I saw a picture of your new place on Facebook. It looks awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I just posted it up probably an hour or two ago, because we saw the health board came down yesterday, and he was a really good guy, and loved the shop, was really happy with it, and so we started yesterday.
I was going to ask a little bit about that. There has to be more obstacles in your way, though, being a pandemic from a health perspective. I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. It's pretty much, well, the thing with tattooing is you're doing a lot of, you're preventing cross-contamination anyway. So half of our job, honestly, we're already doing that anyway for most of it. The only precautions we really need to take is similar to like barber shops, hair salons, where you gotta do the masks, gotta have the face protection. Clients obviously have to have masks, appointment only, just stuff like that. And obviously wiping down and being clean and just using common sense, Go ahead.
It is probably one of those businesses that, you kind of naturally, with needles and human beings, you're kind of taking those precautions anyway. But
absolutely.
I would imagine that a lot of it is on I mean, you guys probably know what you're doing in there. You have to have a lot of faith in the customer that's coming in too, to make sure they're doing all these things too. Like, don't walk in here without a mask, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if someone were to walk in and they even looked a little off, I wouldn't do it. You know, I'd tell them they have to come back, or we got to be careful with that. Especially, it's just, we got to be responsible for ourselves and them as well. So,
what has did the pandemic did it hurt business at all? I can imagine that people maybe wouldn't want to jump into a tattoo shop and say, this probably isn't the right time in life to get a tattoo. Was that the case?
You'd actually be surprised. It was like the exact opposite, which is pretty wild because, like you said, like you would think that'd be the last thing you want to do. But I think since everyone's like, you know, the things that make them happy and give them joy kind of got stripped. Tattooing is one of those things, and people were trying, you know, because everyone wanted to do something. No one could do anything. Everyone's trapped inside, and everyone, you know, we're looking for something to do. So I had so many people message me, and like more than usual, and I was just like, you know, we're closed down. I can't do it. And so that was kind of unfortunate. Kind of like missed a huge wave of people, but at the same time, like I said, I have really good clientele, so everyone was really good about like booking appointments, and everyone's understanding. You know, everyone knew that I was trying to do the right thing as well, and not you know, not go against the grain, so to speak.
Again, joined here by Adam Barron, just opened up his own tattoo shop in downtown Danvers, Massachusetts. What is it about tattoos that do give people that like joy? Like, it's like that comfort zone of like, you know, I listen to my favorite song. It brings me to a place that, you know, a certain place. You obviously a man who has plenty of tattoos. Like, what is it about them?
I think the whole process is exciting for people. It's scary, you know. It's a thrill for people, you know. You get your people who it's their first time, where it's like, you know, you get those nerves. Most of the time, people are fine. Like after they get tattooed, they realize it wasn't as bad as they thought it would be. But that's when people say tattoos are addicting. That's the kind of thing that like gets under your skin.
I see what you did there.
It makes people come back. They miss that adrenaline rush and like that fun, excited feeling, and it's kind of like a little dangerous, you know. And then obviously the end result is having the tattoo and having something that you love to look at. People come up and they ask you what it is, and you like to talk about it. I'm at the point now where I have so many, and everyone wants to talk to me. And like people will be like, "Oh, you know, I love your tattoos," and I'm like, "Well, name one of them," because you can't even tell. It's just a big mess now.
Yeah. You know, obviously addicting, but I can imagine if you're a repeat customer, like you probably get a lot of repeat customers. I'm sure there's a comfort zone with you, and you get a lot of people that loved your work and maybe come back and, you know, do this again. Is that true, by the way? First of all, you get a lot of repeat customers?
Oh yeah. I mean, the longer, I got a guest too. Hold on a second.
Wow, this is
Aubrey, my daughter.
Hi, Aubrey, how you doing? Wait a minute, you two know each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Worlds colliding.
What's that?
Worlds colliding here.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they know each other. I was trying to put together what you were saying. I was like, oh, okay.
I was a teacher, Aubrey a student. They've crossed paths in a prior world.
Right.
Sorry, carry on, Adam. Sorry.
Pre-pandemic. What was I saying? Hold on. So, yes, I do get repeat customers. More so now than I used to. It took me a while to get like established. I feel like I really got my bearings when I was at Washington Square over the last 5 years. But I still have a lot of like loyal people that come to me from like the get-go. Like I was working up in New Hampshire, Maine, like at the beginning of my career, and a lot of people. I really like appreciate them too, because they're the kind of people that even if they want, you know, something really tiny, like something on their wrist or like a little piece that'll literally take me a half hour, like they'll drive an hour and a half from me and just to come get it from me. And I think that like speaks for something, you know. I think it's really good that, you know, people are loyal like that, and they really like enjoy the experience. I don't think it's just about the tattoo. I think it's about the whole experience in general.
What about that like really nervous person? Because like I've always imagined, and I obviously, you know me, I don't actually have any tattoos at the moment in my life, but
He's too much.
Yes.
I don't think you could get a tattoo.
I don't think we need to turn to name calling now, do we?
He absolutely could get one.
Have you heard any of the stories about him, like getting blood drawn?
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to do that.
We'd have to lay him down then.
He passed out.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some good pass out stories.
Really?
That's what I wanted to get into. So what's the what is like the person that is like, because I'm taking this off of me now. What is that like? I imagine there's like a level of like psychology involved. Like you almost like if you get somebody in there first tattoo, I'm sure when you have a first timer, it's a whole different set of protocols. But like I'm sure there's that person that maybe starts regretting it halfway through, is freaking out. Like walk me through that protocol.
So like dealing with the public, I mean, a lot of people deal with the public in their line of work, you know, but dealing with the public in a tattoo shop especially I think it takes years of grooming in a way. Like when I first started, I didn't know how to handle certain people, and just being in the business for so long, like I know how to handle the guy that's, you know, a little drunk, maybe, like a little nervous or eccentric. You know, I got the talkers, and they'll go and go. So I kind of like, what? Sorry. I had, I've had people that, you know, like I've had every walk of life in there, like the craziest, most out of control people, like outlaw and nuts, and to like the nicest, you know, sweetest old lady, you know, I get it all in there, but, pretty much I take each situation as it comes, everything down to the interaction between me and the client, like while I'm tattooing them. If they talk a lot, I'll talk with them. If you know, they're kind of quiet, I'll be like, oh, you know, you doing all right? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm okay. Some people like to keep quiet. You know, as far as like people, you know, passing out, stuff like that, that has happened so much now that it's more of like a nuisance than like something that it scares me. when people go out, they, you know, they just go. So like, I can always see it coming, you know, so I'll kind of like put my stuff down. If I see them starting to go, I'll put my stuff down and try to stabilize them. But yeah, I mean, I got stories. I know this is a family friendly show, so I got some crazy stories of, you know, some of the people I've dealt with, but
Give me one that's PG-13.
PG-13.
Risky for your show too.
Should we keep it PG? All right.
It must be PG-13 in a tattoo shop. Come on, you give you 18 to go in. Okay. I have one that's like, it's a little funny, I guess, at the end. And now it's not gonna be funny because I said it's gonna be funny. So I had this lady. She was like maybe weighed like 100 pounds. And I said, so I'm tattooing or whatever. And she's just like, oh, like, you know, I'm not feeling too good. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, like, you know, lay back. I put her back on the chair, put her head back. And so I see the eyes start going. And I'm like, oh, she's going out. And I had her on like a chair that was kind of like a dentist chair. You know, like you're kind of sitting up, but you're kind of not. So obviously she falls the way I'm over here on this side. Obviously she falls this way. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta, like, they're gonna fall and nothing you can do. It's like, I usually try to prevent that, but she fell and like smacked her head pretty hard. It was kind of violent. So I picked her, so I went to go grab her. I picked her up and—
You're right. It's not too funny so far, yeah.
It's funny in my mind. So she falls and she's on the ground, and so I get her. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get her. And like, she weighed like probably 100 pounds. I could not get her off the ground. Like when you try to pick up someone who's dead weight, it's really difficult. She just kept like sliding through my arms. And so I finally like put my knee like under her and like propped her back up, got her up. And I'm like, you know, kind of like giving her little taps, hey, you know. She's like, oh, what happened? I was like, you passed out. I was like, you fell on the floor. She's just like, oh my God. She's like, I should have told you. I passed out pretty much like every day doing like anything. I was like, what? I was like, why did you not tell me that? You know what I mean? I was just like I was just like blown away by the fact that she like knowingly passes out. She said like she passed out from anything. Like if she gets scared, like you know, something startles her, she'll go out. No, so that's why I was just like, unbelievable. You got to tell me these things, you know?
Information I would have liked to have known.
Exactly. So that's a good PG story.
That is a good PG story. Well done. I got a little nervous there. She fell. She hit her head.
I saw your face. You were just like, I'll tell you some of the dirtier ones in person.
There you go. All right. I'm sure there are some. Really, I can imagine it's one of those businesses. I mean, every business you get better with experience, but cutting your chops there early on, I'm sure you learned all sorts of stuff from maybe some mentors that this is how you handle this situation.
Oh yeah, I worked all over the place. I worked down in Texas for a while, and I was like in the rough areas of Texas, down in Fort Worth and stuff. So like, I pretty much got exposed to like the wild side of like tattooing and like the real like undergroundy subculture part of it like pretty quick. So ever since I've worked at nicer shops progressively since then, things have gotten like easier. But when those situations do arise, like I know how to take care of them quick, and I know how to deal. I just know how to deal with people pretty well. I'm pretty confident in my ability to like handle people, you know, as wild as they could be, you know.
Yeah, very cool. What's the I just wanted to circle back for a second. So you mentioned that part of this whole opening up the shop now in a pandemic, which it does make me smile every time. I'm just thinking about that. Such an Adam Barron thing to do. But you had mentioned that it would give you more time with family, which is like that's the one benefit of this quarantine that you've loved is you've been spending time with family. How is that going to work out? Is that you're going to do more delegating now, or you just get to make completely your own hours? What's the real benefit here?
So I'm still like, obviously everyone wants to work for themselves so they can kind of like do what they want. But to an extent, like I'm going to be scheduled still. Like I'm a very scheduled person in general anyway. Like I'm up at the same time. I'm, you know, doing stuff, going to the gym, doing, you know, grocery shopping, whatever. Like everything's always like pretty scheduled for me. So I'm still going to, at the shop, it's going to be 12 to 7, 5 days a week. The one liberty I did take for myself off the bat was that I gave myself weekends off. And that way, I mean, it doesn't matter now because there's no school, but that way I can like really spend my 2 days off like with my family. Because I used to do what was it, Tuesday through Saturday. So I only had like one day with Aubrey and Laura, you know. So that's pretty much the only thing that's changing. But I'm gonna keep myself on a schedule, and I'm gonna be grinding at the shop. Even once I eventually have other people there, I'll still be there 5 days a week working because I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy what I do. So you know, it's not work, but it's nice though because I get more time in the morning with them. When I leave, the shop's literally 2 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
So
that's a big benefit. So that's the big thing is you get the full weekends now.
Yeah.
I like that idea. It does make a difference. We've both worked in businesses that I think most people do, especially early on, that, you know, weekend work is a part of the game. And it does make a big difference when you can isolate those weekend days. And
totally. Definitely.
Time, all that good stuff. Did you have a tattoo question? I'm taking up all the time now that you've made your guest appearance.
Fire away.
I don't know much about tattoos, actually. I have never gotten a tattoo either. I think I've thought about it more than you have, though. He would never do it because he's scared of needles.
Yeah.
I gave my tattoos to Adam.
Sure. I got enough tattoos for all of our friends from high school.
There you go.
I was the the martyr, so to speak.
That is funny. Do you have any? I should offer you. Do you have any pictures you want to show? I mean, some people like to do it, some people don't.
I don't. If I was in my shop, I would give you a little spin, but I'm home.
Tell people where they can go to see some of these.
Yeah. If you have Instagram, it's North Shore Tattoo Co. on Instagram, and then I do have a website that's like not really up. The website pretty much just brings you to the Instagram. So I would say Instagram, North Shore Tattoo Co. You can also go on Google and just type in North Shore Tattoo Company, and that will pop up. It'll show you the address. It'll show you pictures. And then on Facebook too, there's also a North Shore Tattoo Co. Page as well that you can like and all that stuff. So most of the major social media stuff, I got something up there at least.
Very cool. Again, Adam Barron opening up his own tattoo shop here in downtown Danvers, Massachusetts, my hometown. But people travel for tattoos. So really pretty much everywhere on the North Shore, people are going to be listening to this with interest, I think. So that's good. And congratulations again. I do want to, we always end the show with rapid fire. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh God, I wish I had watched them all the way to the end. I usually.
Yeah. Well, I'm just insulted. I'm not keeping
Some
your.
of them are long.
You know what? You only get 2 jabs per show. That is about 3 already.
Okay.
I just like every single post I see from you. So.
I know. You know, I can tell. It's funny. I've actually called people out for this. I can tell when they haven't actually watched the show and they're just looking for a reaction from me.
Yeah.
When I post a 45-minute show and 30 seconds after I post it, I get 3 likes. I said, it's impossible that any of you have seen this actual show.
Well, I think they're more liking that smiling face they're seeing on the still.
Oh, that's sweet of you. See that the charisma has not gone away.
Some of those pictures end up being really awkward. Because you can get to pick like which frame.
I do like one of the.
Oh, now
so we're making like funny faces.
Now you're going to attack the show's producers, is what you're going to do. Would you like to make any more friends here, Sarah?
I'm definitely going to look for them now. Thank you for letting me know, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be invited back.
No, you are. It's good. I'm glad you're here for this. Rapid fire time. You ready? Yeah, sounds thrilled. All right, you and I, we used to dabble, play a little guitars together. Still do, but it's just been a little while. So let's start with music. Favorite musician?
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. I could have guessed that with you. Best concert you ever been to?
Oh my God, the best ones I probably don't remember. Probably Bruce Springsteen.
Look, then you're pandering. You're definitely pandering.
You can't rapid fire question like that's brutal. I don't know.
We did do a show back in the day. It was a fun time.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. That was at Gillette.
That was rain delay.
Yep. Good times.
Good times. You were there for that.
In the family van, yes.
You were dating at the time. That's right.
Yeah, we were in the utility van with no seats.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that is illegal now and maybe was then also.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
All right, moving on. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh my God.
You really put
My youth is telling me to say Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I love Hunter S. Thompson.
You've been told to say Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No. My youth is telling me.
Oh.
I always claimed that was my favorite movie. I loved it.
Okay. I struggle with that one. You know what I say? Weird answer. The Patriot.
Really? Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it's something about that movie. I love it every time it comes on. It's either that or the Russell Crowe.
Those are all the same like brand of movie, and they're always really good. You know what I mean? Like Troy. You know, like
yeah. Although no. What the heck? Why am I blanking on the movie? Gladiator. Thank you.
Yeah, Gladiator.
That is not Troy. Is a different no.
That is Brad Pitt with the blonde hair.
Whew, great looking man.
Whew.
Great looking man, but not the same kind of movie as Gladiator.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you are right.
Sarah said to me one night, we were watching it because I watch it every time it's on TV, which is every like Wednesday. Sarah said to me, she doesn't think she's actually watched the full movie, and I almost passed out like one of your tattoo guests.
You almost went out on her.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. How was it possible?
What was this? Was this The Patriot or Gladiator?
This was Gladiator. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for everyone, I guess. I think it's kind of a dude movie.
There are very few movies that have actually made it all the way through.
I fall asleep for movies all the time too. I'm the same.
Yes, me too.
Fun story. Since Sarah and I are taking this particular show to make fun of each other a lot, the last time we actually went to a movie theater was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. And she was all excited about it. We'll make it a movie night. We haven't been in a while. We're sitting in there at like the 6 o'clock show, Adam, late night, getting wild, you know?
Of course. Yeah, living the dream.
6 o'clock show. And this one, like, as if she had 12 bottles of wine before the night.
I did not.
Is passed out 18 minutes into the show. I checked my true story.
It was towards the end. It was a long movie and it was boring.
It was not. It was not. It was early in the movie and she was gone, feet like on the seat ahead of her. It was very poor etiquette.
Okay.
Did she snore? Did she snore?
No, I wasn't snoring.
Oh, dude, I snore.
Completely exaggerating all of it.
Those little kid movies I have to go to with Aubrey. I'm out by the credits. I mean the whatever before the previews.
Yeah.
I'm living by the previews, and I snore, and she gets so embarrassed.
How old is she now?
9.
9. Man, what's the toughest part about being a dad in quarantine?
Probably the invasiveness of the child. I'm just kidding. It's great. I'd say the honest, like the worst part would be the fact that I don't have like anything for her to do because like everything's closed. So like I like bringing her places and doing things with her, and like I really haven't been able to do that. But again, take a negative, turn into a positive. Got her a bike, taught her to ride a bike. Bought her a glove. We've been throwing softball around. So it's actually kind of nice that it kind of brought us back to doing things I feel like you should be doing in a way. But you got to pry away from that iPad first, which is like you need the jaws of life for that. So
yeah, it's crazy. That's a tough age. That 9-year-old age to not be. I mean, I'm sure she maybe gets to see friends, but it's not like the normal 9-year-old life these days.
Yeah, no, I know. I feel bad. It's tough, and the school year coming up, it's stuff too. We're not sure if we're sending her yet, so it's like, we haven't broke that to her yet. But
yeah, I like hearing from different communities. What are the Danvers? Is it being left to the parents as far as Danvers?
Yeah, the Danvers is offering like a hybrid option, where like half the students go 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday. I believe it's all remote, and then Thursday, Friday, the other half go. But it's like I don't know. We'll probably just keep her home. Because that way we can still, see family and stuff and all that. So I don't think anyone really knows what we're doing. We're all just kind of like trying to figure it out. But
we're taking, like I said, I'm on vacation here coming up, and Sarah's a teacher here, as you know, and it's she's saying it gets stressful here this time of year usually, and this year it's just times 20,
I know, yeah, I know it's gonna be tough. Are you doing remote learning stuff, Sarah?
They've talked about the hybrid.
Yeah. I think that's like almost like the general, thing everyone's doing now, or talking about doing.
Some communities, though, I think I saw like Middleton's trying to go back all in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of it depends on that map, and we talked about the hybrid, and now the maps come out, and we're in the red. So
okay.
An update since then, so
yeah,
it's still a little up in the air.
It's going to be a dark winter.
It's going to be crazy.
On a lighter note, final 2 rapid fire as we got derailed. Strangest tattoo you've ever done?
I knew you were going to ask us.
This is like the cliche tattoo guy question, right?
I knew you were going to ask. Yeah. Do they hurt? Again, family-friendly show. So got some good ones, but I would say not the craziest, but like a funny example of what you're looking at. There was a hockey team that came in, and they like one of them lost a bet. I needed to get like a little ice cream cone tattooed down on his hip. That says icy next to it. That was a cute one,
You probably get a lot of that. People who lost a bet.
No, yeah. I've had to do some. Like I said, I can't talk about it on the show, but some stuff like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
And what is that rule? And actually, I almost didn't follow up on this, but I have to. You mentioned a drunk person coming in earlier. I'm sure you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
What's the? You don't have to get into specifics, but what's like the handbook say for how to deal with that? Like, you get somebody in here who you don't think is in the right state of mind. Like, do you just deny, or is it like 55 questions with Adam Barron?
Yeah, I make the call. Like, I've noticed people come in before that, like they're a little buzz, whatever, no big deal. But like the people who are like really drunk, I'll kick them out. Because we can refuse to anyone. Like, we don't have to tattoo anyone. Like, we can say no. But it's like, if someone is inappropriately hammered, I'm not going to touch them, because when you tattoo people that are like drunk, or even like sometimes a little bit buzzed too, everyone always says like, oh, it's because they bleed more. And it's like, no, it's not because they bleed more. It's because they don't shut up and they don't listen. And you're like, all right, keep your arm right here. And they're like, like talking with their hands, So it's just like, that stuff is just, I like to just avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
So, but I'm pretty good. Like I said, I've figured out a way to deal with most people pretty well with all this stuff. So, if someone's like a little buzzed, whatever, but if someone's drunk, I'm not going to do it because we're not supposed to, if they're drunk, which,
I can imagine that's one of those things where maybe like you're like, come back here and then tomorrow morning and maybe I could be your best friend forever after this.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good tactic to get them out. I'm gonna use that. Just be like, oh, you know what? You're a little drunk right now, but if you come back tomorrow morning, I'll do it for half price. And then they'll be like, okay, and they'll get out and they're not coming.
There you go.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do when you're hungover is get tattooed. I've tattooed people hungover before, and you can tell they're not happy.
Yeah. All right, final question of the night. Adam Barron, again, congratulations on your new tattoo shop in Danvers on the North Shore. Go check it out, folks. He's great. You can go. The great thing about tattoo artists is you can kind of go and look at the work before you go and figure out if it's a style you're into, that sort of thing. Very last question. We get a lot of high school kids on the show. Okay. Hey, Audrey. She can sit down with you. It's okay.
Oh, again.
No, tell her to sit down for the last question. This is a good one for her.
Last question.
Settle on.
She couldn't come over here fast enough. She likes being on camera just as much as her dad.
There you go.
She is. Oh, I love her hair.
Yeah, there's a little purple in it.
Look at you. So cute.
Aubrey, you know who did my hair?
Who?
Sarah.
I've been, because it's really long now. So I've been putting it in a ponytail. I'm not very good at it.
She's pretty good.
It falls out.
Usually when it hurts, I don't know if you know this, but when the more it hurts, the better the ponytail is. It's tighter and stronger.
You know what else too? It also can pull back the face a little bit, give you a little youthful look.
Yeah. It's out of control. If I don't do it this way, it's out of control right now. All right, final question. And this is a good one with a 9-year-old on board too. Here you go. Yeah. We get a lot of high schoolers on the show. What is the advice for somebody thinking about a tattoo? Like give me that mindset. Why should they get a tattoo? What should they be thinking about? Because you got to think about regrets. You got to think about all this stuff years down the line. Tell me what your number one advice is.
You tell them first what you think.
Get it if it's good. If it's crap, don't get it.
That's an appropriate word.
Good advice.
That was good. She's been asked that question before.
I mean, exactly what to say.
I think she's been hanging out around the tattoo shop too much. I always tell. So I have plenty of those kids, the younger kids, and the biggest thing I always tell them is, I'm 100% not touching your neck, your face, or your hands. Because especially with these days with all the Post Malones out there and all the face tat guys, everyone wants their face tattooed, and I'm like, listen, real world's gonna come knock, and you're not gonna get a job, and I'm not gonna be responsible for it. So I always tell them no hands, no neck, no face. I always tell them to careful with names.
Would you like to? Why? What could go wrong there?
Because you'll end up looking like me. I'm trying to think. I mean, that's pretty much it. I try to, let them make their own decisions to an extent. But yeah, I try to stay away from names, stay away from very visible places that can affect the job down the road. But that's pretty much it, though. I think anything else, even if you get something that you regret, it's still something you got in a time in your life where you wanted it. And I think tattoos, they're not just about the image. I think it's also about like the memory and the experience when you got it that kind of makes them special,
I hear you. Aubrey, you enjoying the extra time with Dad here in quarantine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. He's been around a lot more, right?
Why have you been enjoying the time?
Because I get to see him more.
What'd you get to do? What are some things you've done?
I learned how to ride my bike.
Yeah.
I went to the beach like 18,000 times.
Yeah. Those are good.
Okay.
Are you staying hang on, you're not done yet. Stay there.
Come on.
Are you staying in touch with friends on Zoom, or how do you do this most often?
App.
What is it?
An app called House Party.
Okay.
So yeah, just like a FaceTime.
Or
Gotcha.
Roblox.
So what are all your friends saying about school and everything in the fall?
They don't want to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens.
All right. Well, thanks for your appearance. Hey, thank both of you. This was great.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thanks for
She's a quick appearance. It's great.
Yeah. It's funny because she loves watching her own dance videos, but when she gets on the camera, she gets a little nervous apparently.
Everybody wants to be on camera until they know they're on.
They're forced on it live. So you got to think on the spot.
And thank you for joining us too. This was good.
Of course.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Sarah.
Good to see you.
The congratulations on the shop and what a unique experience opening up a tattoo shop in a pandemic. I think it's just a great storyline. So
Thank you, man.
there's a nice little silver lining for all the bad stories we're hearing about businesses closing. There's one that's opening. And
Right. True. Gotta have something positive happen, right?
absolutely, man. Well, Adam, Barron, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the summer. Be safe with the family, and we'll see you soon. All right.
Thank you so much. I'll see you. Thanks for having me.
Adam Barron, everybody. We'll see you next week. My name is Drew Moholland, Sarah Conway. Another edition live from Drew's house. Oh, family. Hang on. Family. What are we doing? A family for there you go.
There's the glue of the family right there.
There you go. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.